meetings held in Washington, D.C. held in April, I met with Premier Motley of Barbados, and we have agreed to strengthen relations between our two countries, and I expect to be in a position to make an announcement in this regard very shortly.
He also stated that there is a possibility through the government's legislative agenda to facilitate deeper trade relations with the Caribbean for the benefit of citizens and residents. The Prime Minister also spoke of the advancements in health care being provided on island. He announced that the Ministry of Health has started the HARTS initiative, which will focus on promoting heart health.
We have started the HARTS initiative, which is a World Health Organization initiative, HARTS, which means it's an initiative of heart health. Cardiovascular disease or heart disease is second cause of death in our federation. So we have cancers, we have cardiovascular disease, which include strokes and heart disease. So cancer, we are taking care of that. Heart disease and also strokes, along with other things. So we are attacking those diseases that are affecting our people so that we can live happier and healthier lives.
To implement this initiative, the Prime Minister said that the ministry is working to secure blood pressure kits, among other items related to heart health.
And we will institute this. Of course, we are working on securing validated blood pressure kits, and we will institute this. Of course, we are working on securing validated blood pressure kits, EKG machines, and I just want to mention that I've also made a request that we have an island cardiologist who will be placed at the hospital to take care of heart attacks and other acute and non-acute heart issues. Presently, we do not have that service at the hospital, and we need it most urgently. We'll also procuring an echocardiogram, that is ultrasound of the heart. We are seeking to have Holter monitors to monitor the rhythms of the heart.
The Prime Minister concluded his remarks by stating that he is proud of the advancements made by his cabinet thus far as they continue to work towards making St. Kitts and Nevis a sustainable island state. The press conference was aired live on ZIZ radio and television and was streamed live on www.zizonline.com.
As anticipation grows for the new housing initiative proposed by the National Housing Corporation, a housing fair was hosted on the grounds of the NHC on Thursday to educate the public on the new smart homes that are expected to be built shortly. Here's more.
On May 5th, the Minister responsible for Housing and Human Settlement, Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, in an address to the nation, formally announced that 2,400 affordable smart homes will be made available to citizens. Technical Manager at NHC, Offlin Rogers, explained the system proposed by the developers out of Trinidad, which he said aligns itself with mass production.
Our common system here is blocks, concrete and steel. That does not quite work. We want 2,400 homes in over 4 years, so that's approximately average 600 per year. So to use blocks is going to be under in terms of the capacity to deliver. So this is a system where it is what you'll hear the term monolithic. Monolithic means one. So it is a system where you have a farm system and it's fully erected. The whole house goes up and then you pour. And it is one pour, not one pour today and the next one pour tomorrow. No, that is poured one time. The other thing is the farm stays in place. It is a composite compressed concrete, I would say concrete board, but it's a compressed system. It stays in place along with an insulation, along with steel, horizontal, vertical, and then your inside, it is erected entirely, and then it poured, and that's done. And that is what lends itself to speed and mass production.
He gave an update on what considerations are being made in terms of where and how these houses will be constructed.
A 3-bedroom should take about 2 to 3 months. So if you go 2-bedroom thing, it's less. In terms of the spark to go, we expect by the end of June, things going. We're going to start with the people that have land, because once they have the land, it means it's there. Right now, the sustainable is doing what they have to do to find, because there are persons who have land and there are persons who don't. So we for the people that have land, yeah, we're gonna roll them out. For those that don't have land, they're organizing so that in an area 20 would go down here, 30 would go down here, and it is all around for all the constituencies to be done.
He said this type of initiative is important as it raises the standard of living in St. Kitts.
This is where the National Housing Corporation impacts the nation. And we have that kind of thing happening in different parts of the Caribbean, different parts of the world. Once there is housing, once there are homes, it means poverty is eradicated. You could don't have money, but you have a home, you're safe. If you have a home, you're out in the elements, you're homeless. Poverty will just come in just like that. So this is an important movement as to keep our nation a nation with a high standard of living, because poverty would be eradicated.
Our homes will be built and equipped with a refrigerator, stove, and solar water heater for AC $111,000 for a one-bedroom, AC $213,000 for a two-bedroom, and AC $297,000 for a three-bedroom.
On Friday morning, the Department of Disability Services hosted an Experience My Pain activity in honor of Regional Blindness Awareness Month. More in this report.
Government ministers, including the Honourable Marsha Henderson, the Honourable Samuel Duggins, and the Honourable Iseline Phillip, were among persons who took part in the Experience My Pain event on Friday morning. Beginning at various locations, the participants walked short distances, blindfolded with a cane, through the streets of Basse-Terre. They were accompanied by a person who is blind or visually impaired, and a sighted person. According to President of the St. Kitts Society for the Blind, Rockleaf Bowen, this endeavor is intended to help raise awareness of the experiences of persons who are blind or visually impaired.
We want the honorable ministers / politicians to see what we go through on a daily basis. Some of the pains that, we have to, endure when, walking the streets here in Basse-Terre. So as they experienced it, they were able to go back to the other cabinet colleagues, let them know the pain we're going through, so that at least they can, go in the house and pass the necessary legislation that would govern, the rights of persons with disability.
He said he also hopes that the general public would be more empathetic of the disabled community as they try to go about their daily lives.
It is also for the general public to realize that we are blind and we need to be given that opportunity to walk the streets, to transact our business. Because too many times when people see us on the street, they will tell us why we can't stay home. It's like, we are causing a problem.
At the end of the walk, the Honourable Marsha Henderson described the experience as humbling and eye-opening.
I think what it did is it makes us consider the things we take for granted. For example, those of us who have all our faculties, we don't necessarily have a full appreciation of those who don't have their eyesight. And so for me, it was very humbling.
And the Honourable Iseline Phillip said taking part made her more aware of the day-to-day challenges that blind persons face.
I think the surfacing of the roads doesn't make it very easy for a blind person to navigate. It's quite, uneven and bumpy. I can only imagine if I had to do that just every day, all day of my life. I don't know how well I would navigate, but it's certainly food for thought for us, just in terms of the ways that we can improve our environment, especially our infrastructure, so that we can be better able to accommodate persons who are blind.
The Experience My Pain walk was held to commemorate Regional Blindness Awareness Month. Jason Davis for ZIZ News.
After the break, St. Lucia boasts strengthened health capacity and G7 summit wraps up. Stay tuned.